Since 1967, when the Lagos state was christened, it has undergone so many political activities influenced by so many political parties and in their various elections. The gubernatorial election is one important to be discussed. The 1979 Lagos gubernatorial election was an historical moment, marking the return of civilian rule after years of military dictatorship. It was a contest dominated by the Unity Party of Nigeria, UPN, led by Chief Obafemi Awolowo, and its candidate Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakande. Jakande, a respected journalist and politician, was a strong advocate of Awolowo's progressive policies, which focused on free education, healthcare, and infrastructural development. His main opponent was Sultan Ladiga Adeniji Adele of the National Party of Nigeria, NPN, a party aligned with the federal government agenda. On July 28, 1979, Lagosians went to the polls in an election that reflected their desire for visionary leadership. Jakande won by a landslide, defeating Adeniji Adele and securing Lagos for the UPN. His victory signaled a strong belief in the party's commitment to social welfare. The 1979 election cemented the UPS dominance in Lagos politics and set a precedent for progressive governance in the state. Jakande's legacy remains one of the most impactful in Lagos history, with many of his policies still benefiting the people today. In the year 1999, Nigeria transitioned from military rule to democracy, marking an historical moment for Lagos State and the entire nation. The gubernatorial election in Lagos was a major contest between two key political parties, AD and the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The AD's candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a prominent figure in the pro-democracy movement and a former senator. His campaign focused on urban development, economic reform, and the restoration of Lagos as Nigeria's commercial nerve center. The PDP candidate, Dapo Sarumi, was also a strong contender, but the party struggled against AD's deep-rooted popularity in the state. On the election day, Bola Tinubu of the AD emerged victorious, securing a decisive winning over the PDP. His victory reaffirmed the AD's dominance in the southwest and set the stage for Lagos politics for the next 2 decades.
In the year 2003, AD's candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu contested with Funshaw Williams of PDP. PDP Funshaw Williams was also a great contender, but lost to the AD's deep-rooted popularity in Lagos.
In the year 2007, another gubernatorial election in Lagos State reaffirmed between AC and PDP as the prominent political party. Under AC Action Congress, it was the son Babatunde Raji Fashola, a new candidate, a former chief of staff under Tinubu, was seen as a technocrat with a vision of governance, infrastructure, and economic reform. The PDP, on the other hand, was determined to break AC's grip on Lagos. Backed with federal government, the PDP fielded Musiliu Obanikoro, a former senator, as seasoned politician. The party's campaign focused on leveraging federal influence to bring development to Lagos, but it faced challenges due to the AC's strong grassroots support.
On April 14, 2007, Lagosians went to the polls. Babatunde Fashola of the AC won by a landslide, securing a commanding victory over Obanikoro and the PDP. His victory reaffirmed the dominance of Tinubu's political structure and set Lagos on a path of continuity in the governance.
In 2011 was another gubernatorial election between ACN and PDP. Fashola, as the incumbent governor, was under the ACN and Dr. Shamsuddin Adigboye under PDP party. Fashola had gained widespread support during his first term due to his focus on infrastructure, urban renewal, and public sector reforms. His administration had made significant progress in road construction, waste management, and security, earning him the admiration of many Lagosians. On the other hand, the PDP was determined to break ACN hold on Lagos. The party's candidate, Dr. Shamsuddin Adigboye, with a better governance campaign controlled by the PDP. However, Lagosians largely remained loyal to Fashola, impressed by his track record. On April 26, 2011, the people went to the polls and the results were clear. Babatunde Fashola won by a landslide, securing over 1,509,113 votes, while Adigboye, on the other hand, on PDP party, won 300,450 votes, lagged far behind. The 2015 Lagos gubernatorial election was one of the most intense political parties in Lagos state history. It was a contest between Akinwumi Ambode of All Progressive Congress and Jimi Agbade of the People's Democratic Party, the two candidates with different political backgrounds and vision for Lagos. However, the PDP, determined to take control of Lagos, fielded Jimi Agbade, a well-respected businessman and pharmacist. Agbade's campaign centered on breaking the APC's political dominance and introducing fresh ideas for governance. His slogan, "Free Lagos," resonated with some Lagosians who wanted a change in leadership. On April 11, 2015, Lagosians went to the polls. Akinwumi Ambode emerged victorious, securing about 811,999 votes against Jimi Agbade's 659,788 votes. Though the race was closer than previous elections, APC's strong grassroots support and political structure ensured its continued dominance in Lagos. In 2019, the election was a political turning point, marked by internal party struggles, shifting alliances, and the continued battle between APC and PDP party. The APC, which had controlled Lagos for 2 decades, faced an unusual challenge. Akinwumi Ambode, the incumbent governor, was denied a second term by his own party in a dramatic primary election. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, backed by powerful political figures, including Bola Ahmed Tinubu, defeated Ambode to become the APC's official candidate. Sanwo-Olu's campaign promised continuity, economic growth, and improved infrastructure, appealing to Lagosians who wanted stable leadership. On the PDP side, Jimi Agbade returned for another attempt for the governorship. After his 2015 loss, his campaign focused on breaking APC's dominance in Lagos and promoting freedom from one-party rule. He criticized what he called godfatherism in Lagos, aiming to rally voters who sought political change. Despite the PDP's effort, the APC remained firmly in control of Lagos politics. On March 9, 2019, Lagosians went to the polls. Babajide Sanwo-Olu won decisively, securing over 739,445 votes, while Jimi Agbade trailed with 206,141 votes. The margin of victory reaffirmed the APC political stronghold in Lagos. In 2023, the election was one of the most fiercely contested in the state history, marking a significant shift in political dynamism. For the first time in over 2 decades, the All Progressive Congress, APC, faced an unprecedented challenge, not from the usual opposite party, the PDP, but from the rising force of the Labour Party. At the center of the battle was Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, seeking re-election under the APC. Having governed Lagos for 4 years, his campaign focused on continuity, infrastructural development, and economic growth. He emphasized his administration's achievement in transportation, housing, and technology, positioning himself as a candidate of experience and stability. However, the Labour Party's candidate, Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour, GRV, emerged as a surprise contender. The Labour Party had gained massive momentum during the 2023 presidential election, largely due to the Obedient movement backing Peter Obi, the LP presidential candidate. In Lagos, this movement resonated strongly with young voters and urban dwellers who sought political change. On March 18, 2023, Lagosians cast their vote. Despite the LP's strong showing in the presidential election, Sanwo-Olu secured victory with over 762,134 votes, while Rhodes-Vivour of the LP finished second with 312,329 votes. The PDP, which had traditionally been the main opposite in Lagos, faded into near irrelevance. The election reaffirmed APC's grip on Lagos, but also signaled a growing opposition movement that could shape future political contest. The rise of the Labour Party in Lagos marked a new era of political awakening, particularly among younger voters, setting the stage for more competitive election in the future.
Of today, I mean, what we have seen in the political scene is that um, politics is very volatile in Lagos. I mean, as of today, we're hearing news of the Speaker of the House and the former Speaker of the House or DSS going to invade the State House of Assembly. I mean, this is just a show of how volatile politics is in Lagos, how there is uncertainty. And you would have thought that between two political parties, the ruling party and others, would there be fight? But when you have infighting within the ruling party that have been ruling the state for years, then you know that there's a lot to worry about as to how things are done. Lagos is peculiar because of the kind of revenue Lagos generates. Lagos is peculiar because it's a commercial hub of the country, literally the West. So those are the things that shape politics in Lagos. Everybody wants to take a pound of flesh out of the state. So that's a sort of a summary of what I see as, you know. I mean, if we look at election, since democratic election in Nigeria, I've been voting until very recently that I got actively involved in politics. Um, Lagos has shown peculiarity again, like I said, because it's a commercial left center of the country and possibly the West African state or the West African region. You know, Lagos economy is actually bigger than some countries in the West Africa. Um, so that always sort of, you know, make it necessary for certain actors to want to be in the helm of affairs. I mean, look at it from when democracy started, and people who had always wanted to be governor of Lagos State. And so you would discover that, albeit same set of people, same set of friends, um, family members, colleagues, you know, but they fight for it and sometimes can fight dirty. And so because of the economy of Lagos, I mean the commercial nerve center that Lagos is, a lot of people are fighting to be in the helm of affairs. Um, Somewhat so that I believe that some people want to take that seat for pride and not for service. They want to take it for pride as I was once the governor of Lagos State. I'm currently the governor of Lagos State, rather than they want to serve the people and serve the nation. So they want to serve the people and serve the nation. So those are the things that I've seen over the years as when I look at how sort of determined the Senate and the House of Rep at the federal level to represent my people both in Lagos East um, and Ikorodu, where is my federal constituency falls under. I'm from Imota in Lagos State. Imota has an LCDA, but under the federal constituency of Ikorodu Federal Constituency, Ikorodu local government. So yes, I would definitely still step out, to vie for office, because I believe that representing my people is important for me and representing Lagos. My life has always been in Lagos, and all of that. Now, what do I say to electorate? I mean, what I would tell you, young, men and women, the future that we hope to be able to hand over Nigeria to someday. I'm not getting any younger. You can see on my face there are quite a few number of gray hair, though I do get it plucked out every now and then to reduce the gray hair, but I'm getting old. So I want to definitely hand over to somebody like yourself and every other person that I know is ready to lead the people. So what do I expect? I expect that young people should go and join the political parties. It's not just only about joining the youth party. I mean, go join any of the parties, anyone. It doesn't matter whichever. Just make sure you take part in the decision making. Trust me, when it comes to selection of candidate and aspirant at the end of the day, when it's election time, they're not going to come and call you in your house to come and run for office when they don't know you, they don't know your aspiration, they don't know your pedigree. So when you are there, it becomes a lot easier for you to be part of the process of selecting the best of the best. The best can only be selected out of the pool that have made themselves available. Nobody is going to come to Sammy, for example, in your department, and say, Sammy, come and run for leadership. When they don't know you, they don't know your antecedent, they don't see your aspiration and how good a person that you are. But when you are out there, when you're very visible, when they see your antecedents, when they see your easier heart, for them to pick you and say, you come and lead us. So we young people, and of course the entire Nigeria, should go and be active members of political parties so that when they're having their meetings and taking decisions, we are there. And so they already know what we are asking for. They know what is the yearnings of our heart, and we will be part of the process of selecting for someone who has the chances of winning. And they must attract, people who are well-meaning, and then they must provide the support that is required for such a person to win. It's not about just collecting money for ticket, for aspiration, and then when it is time for election, you use your candidate to negotiate with, whoever is bringing the largest amount of money. I mean, that's what we've seen with most political parties. So if any political party can produce the best, of all the options that you can possibly have, people will stand up. And again, apart from political parties, then of course the electorate standing up. I'm particularly happy to do this, like of course, as you guys have reached out. And the reason why I'm doing this is also because I want to speak to the hearts of the young people. The Nigerian youth, I always say, are the problem of this country. And you ask me, say, oh, sir, what do you mean that we're the problem? I mean, the population of Nigeria says that 70% of the population of Nigeria are the youth of this country. So if this country is what it is, 70% should be in office. It doesn't matter, even if it's the same political party that have been in office since 1960. I mean, there's nothing that says that any political party cannot continue to produce the right and the best candidate. So by constitution, whoever wins the election should be installed, should be in office.
Lagos, Nigeria's economic and political powerhouse, has been the epicenter of fierce electoral battles since the return to democratic rule. Over the years, the state political landscape has been shaped by dominant parties, strong-willed candidates, and shifting voter dynamics. From the 1979 election, where Lateef Jakande of the UPN laid the foundation for progressive governance, to the 1999 victory of Bola Ahmed Tinubu under the Alliance for Democracy, Lagos has consistently leaned towards progressive parties, the AD,
which later evolved into Action Congress, Action Congress of Nigeria, and eventually the All Progressive Congress, has remained the dominant force, controlling Lagos for over 2 decades. Despite numerous challenges from the People's Democratic Party, particularly in 2007, 2011, and 2015, and the surprising rise of the Labour Party in 2023, the APC has maintained its grip on Lagos through strategic governance, grassroots mobilization, and political influence. However, recent elections have shown growing opposite strength, with younger voters and urban dwellers increasingly calling for change. As Lagos moves forward, its elections will continue to be hotly contested, influenced by governance performance, party loyalty, and the political aspiration of a diverse population. One thing remains certain: Lagos will always be the heart of Nigeria's political evolution.